Well, if you came here expecting a song, you might be right, you might be wrong. But this could really take long because I feel in a meandering mood this morning. I am here in port protection, and my mind is thinking about so many things that I don't know if I'll even remember what song I was going to sing. But that's the way it is. When I used to sing in the bars years ago, I'd sing a little, then I'd tell a story, and then I'd tell another story about the story I was telling, and then I'd forget where I was. So I'd get people in the audience kind of like to set little cookie crumbs for me. Said, "You take me back to the horse story, okay? Because I got to talk about this time when I almost drowned." And then I'd say, "Oh, take me back to." So when I came back to my song, I could remember how in the heck I got to where I was. It was pretty complicated. That's what you get for having a beautiful mind. So here I am in port protection. Uh, all the filmers and producers for our reality show, most of them ended up migrating down here and doing a show right here. So I've been in contact with all those guys from long ago. So I'm feeling their energy here, sharing this part of Alaska with a lot of folks around the world. You can think about anything in many ways, like a stone, a diamond. It's got all kind of facets. I started thinking about songs as like a pill or a time capsule. They contain any any song. Talk to any songwriter. They're going to take you down many trails when they tell you about where that song came from, what all went into that song. I had the privilege of singing at two national songwriters, uh, whatever they're called, conventions, get-togethers in Dead Horse, Dakota, somewhere, and to listen to songwriters that wrote hit songs for great singers. Here's the songwriter that wrote that song that we've all heard, and you hear his background story. I wrote a song once called Walter about an Athabascan Alaskan native. He had an anchor on his chest, and he had a buffalo tattooed on his arm. And we were in a talking circle, and he told about his childhood, his life in prison, in and out, in and out. Get out of prison, break the law, back in. He sat there talking about his struggles, and I was looking, thinking, anchor, try to pull him under, but the buffalo took him into the sky. So I wrote a song, will the anchor on your chest pull you under, or will you ride the sky with a buffalo? I sang that song all the time. So I was singing in a club once in Homer, the Beluga Lodge, and there was a couple sitting in front of me, a big dark-skinned man and a woman. They sat there for 4 hours. They ate dinner, and then they had drinks, and they just stayed. And I knew there was something special going on. I kept singing my songs. I got done, midnight. That guy got up, and he said, I'm half Hawaiian, half Alaska Native. And he couldn't talk. He kept hitting his chest like he was trying to jumpstart his heart, like. And he said, that song could have been me. And then he told me about his life. And I said to him, I said, isn't that amazing? 10 years ago, I wrote a song about this man's life, put it in a little time capsule. I released that little time capsule medicine today, and it touched your soul and helped you get in touch with your stuff. So let's see. I was going to sing a song, but that's okay because it's a beautiful day. The song is called Burning, just as bright as yesterday. When COVID came along, regardless of what you believed about COVID and how it affected you, we all were affected in some way. And as a veteran, you know, I went through a lot of things, like it's an enemy. There's a disease coming. I can't do anything about it. Where's it coming from? What am I going to do? And I went into a lot of panic and anxiety. And I had to go to, what can I control? All I can control is the light within me. And so I wrote this song about these contrasts. It's awful. It's dark. Oh, but yesterday it was really wonderful. I'm scared. There's a storm coming. But yesterday was a beautiful, calm water. And so that's just the way this song came to me. And I realized it may be dark today. Maybe it was a beautiful day yesterday. But what'll never change is the light in my soul. And that's what I have to center on, regardless of what we go through in life. And then the last verse was written by a young friend of mine. Her name is Cheryl. She was in my daughter Jules' Children's Foundation in Las Vegas. She now is an adult. She's helping run that Children's Foundation. And she gives talks called From Suicide to Smiles. And you see this girl smile. She looks as bright as the sun. And then she tells her story about all the times she tried to commit suicide. And she willingly and happily shares her life story to inspire others. So this is partly her song too. Dark, dreary day, when the music up and walked away. Oh, where did it go? No one can say. Toes in the water, sitting on the riverbank, praising the Lord, I was giving thanks. Sunshine, bright blue skies. Oh, but that was yesterday. Dark clouds are moving in, kicking up an easterly wind. I gotta drop anchor, find shelter somewhere in a bay. Oh, the fishing boats were running, summer days were long. Our nets were full and our backs were strong. Waters were flat and calm, oh, but that was yesterday. Solid steel will turn to rust, blow away in the dust. Everything will change, come what may. The only thing that we can hold is the light burning deep in our soul, and it is burning just as bright as yesterday. It is burning, always burning, burning just as bright as yesterday. Will I make it through another day? The voices in my head took me away like an innocent lamb. I was led astray. So I will calm my mind, still my breath. I will not live fearing death. I'm burning just as bright as yesterday. Solid steel will turn to rust, blow away in the dust. Everything will change, come what may. thing that we can hold is that light burning deep in our soul, and it is burning just as bright as yesterday. It is burning, it is burning. We are burning, we are burning. We are burning, always burning, just as bright as yesterday. By now in our life, most of us hopefully have found a way to make it through the hard days without doing things that end up hurting our bodies. I used to use alcohol to make it through the hard days, but that didn't have real good results. But that image is one that I use no matter how dark my day. I just see this fire burning. Oh, it's burning, it's good. Focus on that. So burning just as bright as yesterday. And I'm so thrilled to be here in this beautiful part of Alaska with my good friends Scott and Audrey, pretending I'm a gypsy of long ago. I've seen more of Southeastern than I've seen before. This is my first Alaska vacation, and couldn't think of better folks to be with.